Keene was 16th in the red group. The silver boys placed 6th, and the red girls placed 6th. Out of 23 teams, boys had 42 teams, and they placed 6th. So great job by our cross-country team. They continue to do a great job. Also, Thomas Cousins was 22nd in the silver boys group too, so congratulations to him as well. Great job to our cross-country group. Also, this past Saturday, the Marching Southern Sounds traveled to Hartselle to compete at the Southern Hospitality Marching Festival. And of course, they earned all superior ratings, and that was a great job by our band. Our band color guard, majorettes, drum majors, and dance line earned superior ratings. The drum majors, dance line, and the majorettes earned best in class. So great job, guys. Keep up the great work. We are very, very proud of you. Also, congratulations to our JV volleyball team and their victory over Vestavia a couple of nights ago on Tuesday night. Congrats to them. This time we have a special message about Hispanic heritage.
Today we'd like to represent Media Velasquez. She was the first Puerto Rican woman to serve in Congress.
Now time for the pledge. Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As Mr. Esther would say, Thompson High School students will always be lifelong learners. I want to remind everyone of that. Thank you.
Thank you, TJ. Great job. Also, I wanted to make an important announcement, reminder that serve-safe testing this morning will be going on in room 308. Room 308 for those that are involved in that. Serve-safe testing will be going on today in room 308 starting this morning. Guys, let's have a great day today as always. It is a great day to be a warrior, and let's be warrior strong.
Okay, are y'all okay so far? Most of y'all solved those very nicely, but the only thing that I saw was make sure you remember when you divide by a negative, what happens to that guy? The sign flips, right? All right, and I went ahead and graphed that one. Then remember, if it's a solid line here, it's a solid line on the graph, right? And this one doesn't have that solid line, so it gets a dotted line. Are y'all okay so far? Nothing of that is new. We've done all that stuff before. Y'all okay? All right, here comes the new stuff right here. It's not really new because you did this in 9th grade, but here we go. Let's look at the blue line right here. It says y greater than. So where do your y's get greater, as you go to the top or as you go to the bottom? To the top. So everything above this blue line, real lightly, not too dark, you're going to shade everything above that blue line, or whatever color you did yours in. All right, what about this red line? It says y less than. Where do your y's get less than? Bless you. To the bottom. There you go. So find that red line. You're going to shade everything to the bottom of that red line. Everything to the bottom of that red line, okay? Okay, so the very, very first thing that we learned was to solve systems by graphing. And we were worried about where they crossed, okay? So if these were two regular lines, it was an equal sign and not an inequality sign, we'd be worried about where they crossed, right? And we would have called this a consistent and independent. Does that ring some bells for some of us? Okay, but these are not equal signs. These are inequality signs. So I'm worried about where their shading crosses. So do you see a place where the blue and the red shading crosses? Yes. Where at? Towards the back? Right here. That's where you're going to shade really, really dark because that is your answer. So take your pencil and shade that little triangle looking thing really dark because that is your answer. Alright, so let's go over that again. If it's y equals, you're worried about where the lines cross, right? But if it's y less than or greater than, you're worried about where the shading crosses. Does that make sense to everybody, the difference between the two? All right, let's look at number 2. You think you can try number 2 real quick? You try number 2. X plus 3y is less than 3, and x minus 2y is greater than or equal to 4. Solve them both for y first, okay? Solve them both for y first.
Miss Lightman?
Yes, ma'am?
Hey, is Brittany Dorset in class?
No, ma'am. She's supposed to take that test thing today.
But she's not in there?
No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Are y'all okay so far? Okay, what about this one? Where's y less than shade? Down. There you go. Not too dark, though. That way you can still see to shade the other one, okay? Don't shade it too dark. All right, y'all flip the sign when you graph the other one. Okay, so that one says less than 2. So we're going to shade below that one. And the only part you're worried about is where they shade together, which is down here. Are you okay so far? Am I lost? Okay. All right, we're going to skip number 3 for right now because we're on a time crunch. So let's flip over and let's go to number 4, okay? Actually, not number 4. Let's go to number 5. Sorry. All right, number 5. Last one. Let's try number 5 real quick. And then we are going to work on our study guides from there. And we're only going to work on certain ones on our study guides. Last one, number 5, guys. Last one. Solve those both for life. Are you okay so far? Did y'all get that fraction right here? Okay. All right, let's graph this red one first then, okay? We're going to go down 3. And then down 1 and right 4. That one's going to be a solid line. Let's hold off on shading for a minute. Okay, here we go. 1/2. How do I graph the 1/2, guys? Not between 1 and 2. Between 0 and 1. There you go. So it's going to be halfway in between. All right, now here's where you got to be careful. You ready? How many are we going to go up? 3. So you have to go up in the middle each time. That's 1, 2, 3 in the middle, and then over 2. So your answer is going to be in the middle of those lines still, okay? All right, let's do it again. From the middle, we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 in the middle still, and then over 2. Then we can go the other way, down 3 and over 2. It's still going to be in the middle though. All right, where's this blue line shade? Above or below? Above. There you go. All right, where's this red line shade? Above or below? Above the red line. Very good. And the only thing that I'm worried about is where the shading crosses. So the shading crosses right here in this little region. So this is what you're going to shade really, really dark. All right, and that's it. So here's what we're going to do. Let's grab our study guides. We're only going to do certain problems on our study guide because we're kind of time crunched because of everything that's happened this week. So if you need graph paper, there's graph paper over there on the side. Okay, so what is 1, 2, and 4? 1, 2, and 4, the only ones that I want you to do. What do the directions tell you to do here? There you go. And then tell me what?
Describe it as a constant and
Consistent and independent, consistent and dependent, or inconsistent, right? Y'all okay? All right, what about 5 and 6? What does 5 and 6 tell you to do?
consistent but is accepted.
All right, let's do one together on number 5. Number 5, number 5. In order to do substitution, what did you have to look for? One of the letters. There you go. Letter by itself. Okay, do you see a letter that's really, really easy? X on the first one, right? So how do I get X by itself on the first one? Subtract the 7y. Very good. Is this bringing some memories back? All right, so X is equal to negative 7y minus 21. So we're going to take all of that and plug it in where? To X, right here. Very good. Very good. Okay, what about the first 3? When you graph, what has to happen when you graph? There you go. So you have to get y by itself. Make these notes, okay, guys, because we're not going to be able to get all these done together. All right, what about number 9 where it says elimination? There you go. Number and letter have to be the same. And we've done 1,000 of these, so it's just number 9 that we're going to do, okay? All right, and we're not going to do any from 13 through 16. What about 17? Do you remember how to set those up? Yeah? So let's go through this. Rob and Jose each improved their yards by planting rose bushes and geraniums. So on your test, you ready? On your test, you're going to have to tell me some letters. What letters do you want to use for those two? Okay, so you're going to write, it's going to say describe your variable. So you're going to write R is equal to a rose bush. And you said G. So you can say G is equal to geraniums. That's all it means when I'm going to ask you to describe your variable tomorrow, okay? Then there's going to be another section that says set up your system. So how do I set up a system? What are we going to use? Yeah. Is equal to 50. There you go. What's the next one? Look at y'all go. Uh-huh. Plus what? Equals? Perfect. So this is going to be one question where it says define your variables. This is going to be another one where it says set up your system. And then you'll have one more question that says solve it. Are y'all okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Number 20. Right here, number 20. So since these two guys already have two variables, I only have to compare which ones? The two bottoms. And which letter do I need to cancel out? Which one is this one missing up here? It's missing the Z. So even though the X's are already the same, you need to get the Z's to cancel out because that one's missing the Z. Are y'all okay? All right. And then down here at the bottom, we got two more, 25 and 28. So we're not going to do anything from 23 and 24 right there. So just 25 and 28, okay? I know it says solve, but we need to graph. So we're going to get y by itself and shade, right? Why are we going to shade on these, but we didn't shade on the top ones? What's different about these guys? It doesn't have an equal sign. What's it have instead of an equal sign? An inequality. Perfect. Okay, so let's try these. And I've got the key so we can check our work. And this, guys, this is going to be our first test grade, okay? But I think y'all got it. No, y'all going to rock this test. You don't. So what part do you need help on? Yes. What part do you need help on? Guys, on Saturday, there's a free math ACT prep class that Mr. Hester and myself and Ms. Hopper and Ms. Jenkins are going to do. So it's free, and it's for math. So if you want to sign up for that, there's a piece of paper right there. You got to sign up for it for Saturday. It's free. Yes.